Hello. 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 Doing a little sound check. The pipes are still lubed up. My last stream was on Halloween. Do I even remember? Actually, that's not true. I streamed on a different channel. Yeah. Ooh. Hey, everyone. I'm Andrew. Welcome to the stream. This is twitch.tv/Adjei13. You're looking for twitch.tv/Adjei14. Got bad news for you. He's in jail. Tax evasion. My room is very warm, and my watch says it's 63 degrees. Actually, I should charge this. I didn't charge it overnight. Charge it right now. Actually, it'll last the stream. It's at 16%. I think we can eke out an hour, two. 16%. It'll go into battery saver mode. Also, I'm not going anywhere. Watch. I'll keep it on. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. It's hard for me to keep track of the days because I have not been going to work, because I work at a school and have the next 3 weeks off. And so I'm like, I should stream. And then I get lazy and I don't stream. Um, but yeah, it's been a while. It's been a month and some change. Over a month. It's been almost 2 months actually. Hope you all are having a good day. What happened in the last month? Last stream was on October 31st. I was in costume, wearing my penguin costume. I only remember because the VOD is still up on the channel, and it'll be up for more weeks, I'm sure. But yeah, November was my birthday month. It's at the end of the month, so it doesn't really feel it's my birthday month because it's the month. So it's like I'm looking forward to December to get to my birthday, but I'm not really. I mean, it's been a long time since I've looked forward to my birthday. But actually, I did stuff this time. I went to Vegas, Las Vegas. That's kind of it. I went there for my birthday. I went to visit a friend. Um, yeah, I turned 32. So if you're looking at my Twitch bio, it still says I'm 31. Not changed it because I forgot. Realized it when I started posting links stream, and I was like, oh, I'm not 31. 32. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna play some Alan Wake 2. I don't remember if I think I had started it as of my last stream. I think I had just started it actually. Yeah, because I finished Alan Wake 1. I did not play that on stream either. Then I started Alan Wake 2, but I was playing BioShock on stream, and I'll probably come back around. I'll probably go back and finish BioShock on stream. But I didn't want to play BioShock today. I want to play Alan Wake 2. I finished it though. I did beat it back in November. Loved it. It's my game of the year by far. Probably in contention. It's in contention for one of not my all time favorite, but one of my all time favorite games. Which I will talk over the course of the stream as to why Alan Wake 2 had such an effect on me. Why I just enjoyed playing it. Why I enjoyed experiencing it. Because it is just a marvelous game. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's a very demanding game as far as performance goes. I didn't have many performance issues while playing it, but I'm streaming now and recording, so I hope it's smooth. But you never know with these things. Um, so let's hope so. Because when I tried to play Ratchet and Clank over the summer, that game ran really well for like 5 minutes, and then it just tanked. The performance just took a nosedive. I think I have a memory leak issue with my computer because my I tried to when I tried to stream Alan, not Alan Wake, when I tried to stream No Man's Sky the last year. I guess it would have been this year. But when I tried to stream it, it ran fine, and then the performance just took a nosedive out of nowhere. And my old laptop, which was a 1660 Ti, this is I'm running on 3070 right now. My old laptop, I could stream No Man's Sky just fine. The frame rate was a little bit. It wasn't like a smooth 60. It would like dip every now and then. Like, it'll be like 60 or over, and then it'll just dip a little bit. But I was still able to play it for hours, like for like 2 hours stream. But on my better computer, I can't. So I don't know if there's some issue with the RAM or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out some other time. Um, but yeah, it's the end of the year, so I've been thinking about all my favorite things of the year. I'm always late. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't watched, listened to, played, read, um, and I want to like have some overall thoughts going into the new year. I mean, I can't like I know for certain what my album of the year is. I know for certain what my game of the year is, but I don't know for certain what my uh my film of the year is, or my television show of the year is. I was not counting with my fingers, but I realized I was making hand gestures, so I just went with Alan Wake 2 is my game of the year. Congratulations to Sam Lake and the team over at Remedy. You'll be receiving nothing. Um it's just something like so this year I feel like I've experienced a lot of art that is like just phenomenal for me. Like it's one of those things where like I had moments several times this year where I had a strong emotional response while watching or playing something. And it wasn't because of what was unfolding on screen, although there was some stuff I did watch where that did happen. But like I had an emotional response to just the craft of it, just the fact that it was so good, fact that I could just tell that so much thought went into the direction, to the story, into the performances, into the music, into just the craft of it. And that alone for me, like when I like it cuts the credits for whatever I was watching or experiencing, like I just was just overwhelmed with emotion. Alan Wake 2 is one of those things. Just because I could just feel like it's just hard to describe it because I play so many games that I love. Like last year, my game of the year, Orco, um, said similar reaction to that game. That's an indie game though, um, and I kind of I don't want to say expect that from smaller scale games, but like you don't really see. I really don't have that response to bigger budget games typically. Um, so it was definitely surprising when Alan Wake had that experience on me. Um, and it's just like the thing I'm struggling to like put into words is just there's just such a strong sense of direction. And like what I mean by that is just games have big budget games have pressure to be games to be games in the sense that like we got to get to the action, we got to get to this thing, we got to just there's just check boxes we have to hit at a certain cadence. And you're starting to see more like a lot of stuff that's come like Sony loves their big cinematic story games. They play around in that space, even though they don't do it in a way that I like, but they are doing it sort of. But there's just a way that Alan Wake unfolds where you can tell that they are taking everything about the medium of games and using that to tell the story as opposed to like leaning on conventional visual storytelling approaches. Anyway, I'll talk more about that over the course of my playthrough. So I'm gonna be so I was debating. I didn't know if I should start just a straight up new save just for the purpose of the stream, or if I should start the new game plus, which is called the final draft, and just play through that the opening bits of that. I'm not gonna stream the whole game. I'm not gonna like the next stream. I'm probably not gonna be playing more Alan Wake 2. But like I didn't want to do that because like I kind of want whoever watches to get like to play the game. I want them to go out and buy Alan Wake 2 and play it. Um, and New Game Plus like all of my weapons and collectibles and inventory upgrades will be visible, and I kind of want just the experience of a new save, but also I'm gonna do the new the final cut just because I don't think like as far as I know about where you get your old stuff, it's a little further into the intro, and the intro to the game is one of my favorite game intros ever, and so I'm very excited to just play through that again. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna boot it up right now. Also, I got new lights. I don't know if you guys can tell. Can't. Actually, you can't. You literally can't. You may notice the lights behind me will change colors though. That is new, but it's the same lights that I always have. But I got lights. I got lights for my monitor. Um, get that cursor. I got lights for my monitor, and it syncs up with whatever colors are on screen. It's bias lighting. It's supposedly to help relieve strain when you're looking at a screen in a dark room. That's not why I got it. I got it because I just was like, oh, cool lights for my computer. And so it was just a little treat for myself, a little treat. But apparently these lights also work with the software, so I was like, sure, why not? And so like I've just been playing games since yesterday, and my room's just changing colors based on stuff I'm doing. It's kind of funny. All right, so this is final draft. I don't know if the intro has any changes. I don't know. Like, apparently there are some new additions. There's some expansion to the ending, um, which we're definitely not gonna get to in this stream. The game's like 30 hours, but I don't know if the intro has any differences. So we'll see. Not that I'll tell you. All right, I might tell you. I love this game. It's very scary. So it's a horror game. It's a horror game. Play a horror game. Which is another thing. I don't play horror games.
Beginning, with the memory of the past loop already fading fast. But while it lingers, I know there's hope.
Okay, this is
We're
different.
not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop.
The voiceover is different in the base game.
A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow. I'll find the miracle."
Actually, I don't know if it
through
is
the night.
different. My instinct says it is, but actually might not be.
It's not just victims and monsters. I see now there are heroes as well. We can find our way through the darkness. We will break through the surface. We will emerge into the light.
Dead animal. Trigger warning. It's gone. I just want to have this cranked up in my headphones because the audio design's so good, but I need to hear myself talk, otherwise I'm gonna go insane. What are the rules on Twitch nudity? No artistic nudity no longer allowed, so we'll be fine. No artistic nudity. Look at that, look at them buns. Ooh, it's a little chunky. Game's a little chunky. Alright, let me lower some settings. Open that. That fixed. Cool. Little framing. Oh, that's a shame. Lower some presets. That helps. So this is how the game starts.
Come on, Ed. We should go.
Already gone.
Performances in the menus is very smooth. Do I have ray tracing on? Huh. Some of these settings are still high. Still okay. Okay, let's smooth it out. Alright. Alright. We're good. God. I was gonna start crying. I was not gonna play it at that frame rate. We can. This is fine. I don't usually play horror games. I don't act like. I always say Control is like horror adjacent. I mean, it is horror, but it's not horror in the usual sense. Like this is the first survival horror game that I've played. And it says a lot that I still was peeking through corners and going past the beaten path and all of that stuff. Let's start the hustle. Let's hustle. He's double cheeked up. Nightingale with the. Oh, I know it's funny. I've done this before, and I've also watched streams of it being done, and that still scared me. Partly because I was like, is this new? I'm like so scared that they added new jump scares. There's a lot of jump scares in this game. And I'm like, please don't have rearranged them. Uh-oh. 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 No. No. I'm gonna juke him. I'm gonna juke him. I'm gonna juke him. Intro's so gnarly. Especially going from directly from the first game to this one, it's like it's just like whoa.
Where's the rest of the stuff? I need to finish this.
What the fuck?
And that's how the game ended. Turn up your speakers for this. Oh, so good. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Just the bomb, bomb, bomb.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
It's even better the second time,
How are you?
and the
This
times I
trip might
watched
take a
it
little longer
when
than I
someone else is
thought.
playing on stream.
I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too.
I've never watched Twin
Dad hates
Peaks.
you. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
Also, rest in peace to James McCaffrey, who voices Alex Casey. Such a tremendous voice talent,
Logan
and
thinks you should try cheering up.
it sucks that
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
he passed away. Especially following just the triumph of the game and his voice performance, and
It
then
can't be a
for him to
coincidence
pass
that
away
another body
right
turns up
after
just as we arrive in town.
Bummer.
Feels like the killer's leaving.
He's
his
very good in this. He's extremely good at this. He gives a really
Glad
great
you're on this
performance,
case with
as
me,
you'll
Anderson.
probably hear.
It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
He also gives a very good performance in Control, which is another Remedy game.
Any words of advice?
Nothing.
He's really fucking
Cheer
good,
anyone
and
up.
it sucks that he passed away. He died of cancer at 65. Not very old. Well,
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
we'll have his orcs to remember him by.
Time to get to work.
Also, I lowered the game's settings to low, and it still looks really fantastic. It's very funny though.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Like, I lowered it, like I just turned off some settings, and it was like, oh, there you go, you did it, smooth sailing. The game looks almost exactly the same as it did on higher settings.
Before we get swallowed up by the trees.
I didn't play with ray tracing on
I think
I didn't play with ray tracing on when I played the game the first time, but I'm probably gonna turn it on for this new gameplay just because I'm a little less worried about performance. Hear these vocals.
Hey, over here.
Also, I barely ever sprinted in this game because I was so scared.
Agent
I
Casey,
always
right?
walked, which is not common for me in games
Take over the
at
case.
all.
You're half right.
But also speaks to just
Anderson.
the atmosphere.
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that,
Oh shit.
federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
A podcaster that I listened to,
Not that we have
Remap,
anything against
one of the hosts mentioned that he kind of wished that
But don't worry.
we could see more of
Sheriff Briggs took him back
Saga's
to town a
face
while
in the
ago.
conversations. Like in Control,
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
in
Oh,
Control,
sure, that's real simple.
the conversation you would see, be able to, like,
Down the
you would see
hill,
Jesse's face a
around the
lot.
old convenience store,
Jesse was the main
can't miss it.
character.
Everything's been
The
closed,
conversations
area's fenced
with
off.
whether you're playing
The
as
store, the campground,
Saga or
all of
Alan
it.
is usually just over the shoulder,
Tell them I'm here. Wait. I'll show them around.
which is a shame
Got it,
because
Thornton.
she has a very good performance, like a visual like a mocap performance as well.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Don't really see it unless you're in a cutscene.
I was getting to that.
Also, there's a fair bit of live action
Well, we reckon there are
FMV
some
stuff in this game.
organs that
Also
are
see.
currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Really. So man, bye bye.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Shut up, Thornton. They can still hear you.
I'm just saying. You know I'm usually a calm person. Yoga 3 times a week. But these goddamn city folk always think they know everything. It gets on my fucking nerves.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Get us in trouble, man. I still love them, even though they're cops.
I need to think through the facts of the case. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
Everything we know about the previous murders.
All right, so
Worth
this is
taking another look.
a big part of the game. Like you'll be going back and forth between the case board and gameplay. Like it is a survival horror game. Like there's just a lot of just keeping track of various threads, missions, side quests, collectibles. Ted Zane, Wendy Davis, everyone's favorite beef jerky seller. Found in Cauldron Lake, 2018. Some organs missing. Predation. State of the body does not match spent in lake. Courtesy Wolf, store owner, bruising, heart removed, shoes, found 2 weeks ago, chest wound. Ted Lane, we're missing. So when it's green like this, that means that you already collected all the evidence, but when it's yellow, that means that there's more evidence to collect. Another thing that like I feel like hasn't been, well, it has been talked about, but it's not, it's kind of gone unremarked, is just how seamless it is to go into the Mind Place. Like, this is a whole different space, and
I see you're already hard at
boom.
work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
But like, I'm in a different, like, just a wholly different environment. No load, nothing. Boom, out, in, out. That's nuts. That's like on a technical level, that's crazy. Like it's, like I think Ratchet and Clank is like the only other game that I've really seen do it like that,
Hey, Casey.
where it's just
You
like,
put
oh,
in
you're
the
just in a totally different environment
Why
now.
Look,
In the span of-
you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
I've reread all this, but I will say that unlike in other games, or a lot of games, like I'm playing Jedi Survivor right now. I'm enjoying it, but I'll find a collectible, I'll scan something, BD1 will scan something, and I will not go back to read it ever in my life. As long as I live, I will never see what that little bit of lore was. But in Alan Wake 2 and in Control, even in the first Alan Wake, like everything I picked up, I would go back and read because the writing, the world building was just so good. It's just so well thought out, so carefully considered.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that.
sound design's also crazy. I played the whole game with headphones on, which is like, again, I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't play horror games, but like I'm also like an audio sicko. Like I just love
Fucking
good
nature
audio, and so I'm just
gives me
like,
a headache.
damn it,
There's too
I
much
have to I have
sky.
to listen to this with my headphones turned up. I have to. It's the only way. It's the only way.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Even though even though the game was scary. It's like a loop. Like I'm relatively familiar with the area just from having played it, but also I don't. Most of the time you're here it's at night, where it's very dark. And so like I'm like, I think I know where I am.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
It is.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
It's been raining here in California.
How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan?
There we go. I mean, I said there we go as if you guys could see what I was talking about. You cannot.
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
Thornton.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Come on. Let's take a look.
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
Penis warning. There's a penis on the screen.
Body is positioned on the table.
Apologies in advance.
Ritualistic.
You've unlocked your first key image. I read.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
This is New Game Plus, guys. Like, I already all this. Actually, I could use a refresher for some of it.
Step 1. Examine the corpse. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Okay. Cargo straps. A lot of this is just kind of like not paperwork or like
Heart removed from chest. Strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
so like a lot of this is like some of it you have to do for to progress the story. Some of it some of it's optional. Um, but a lot of it is really. I think that's why I enjoyed the actual overall mystery of the game, is just because the pieces are so front and center and easy to follow. Not easy to follow in the sense that like it's not like it's a very straightforward storytelling. More so, it's just like, oh, you have all like you have visuals of like all of the elements of the story, kind of active. Um,
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
uh-huh.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state, but yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to...
Is Alan awake? Ask Summon
He
Sloth.
had some
Hello,
wild
Summon Sloth.
ideas in his head. Chasing
Um,
ghosts until he fell off the map.
that's actually I don't.
Ended up
That's
here.
actually a more complicated question than you realize.
But
I mean,
no
technically,
happy ending.
eh, sort of. To answer your question, sort of.
Nightingale went missing 13
How you
years
doing?
ago,
How's your vacation going?
2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
I'm glad that I played the first game so close to this one, just because
Multiple people were here.
there's.
Multiple killers?
Well, first of all, I know who this character is.
Large amount of blood on the table.
Nightingale. He's a
victim
character in the
here.
first game. And so like when he starts like he's like muttering to himself in that intro when you're playing as him, and I was like, wait, is that Agent Nightingale? Like a fun little.
Someone was drinking beer.
But also,
They spent
you definitely
time
don't have to have played the first game to enjoy
waiting.
this game. I genuinely think that, and I don't know how they did it because this game is very lore heavy. But if you just wanted to just play Alan Wake 2 off of my recommendation without touching the first game, you totally could. I'm still on the content with life mode of vacation. You? Oh,
Someone
same.
left in a
Definitely
hurry.
same. I'm just playing video
Knocked the
games
tripod over.
and eating sweets.
Was it for a camera? I think that's everything.
Is
For
it?
now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure.
We go
Need
to
to
my
think
pal.
about it.
Alright. Heavy blood splatter on the table, so the ritual. And so like if you try to put like a piece of the puzzle in the wrong place, it'll like just knock you back. There's no real consequences to it. It's like very light puzzle stuff like
Footprints
deduction and
indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
multiple assailants present, messy passion.
Robert Nightingale.
I actually did enjoy this stuff a
13 years
lot.
ago.
Like even though it is very like not straightforward. Well, it is straightforward. You're just pinning pictures to a board. But I don't know. There's just something. I just enjoy the tactility of it, of like going in and just kind of working through the pieces of the puzzle. Like I never got bored of it.
They planned for the murder to happen here. Passing the time with equipment ready.
Tactility is a fun word. It is
They
a
were
fun word. It's
waiting
fun
for
to
it.
say. It's fun to hear people say it too.
But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt.
This stuff I really
Use
like
whatever I
too.
know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation.
The
Piece
like
it
it's like
together.
interviewing the victim, and I mean it's profiling. That's what it's called, but you'll see. And you get more of them like as the game goes on. Pretty like by the end of the game, this table's filled up with pictures and of characters you meet and need to talk to.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Ooh.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip a switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Spooky. This game just like there's sequences in this game that scared the shit out of me. So, it's another reason why I like this intro so much is that it kind of lulls you into like a false sense of, I guess, security of like you kind of forget for a second that you're just in a straight up survival horror game, and then very soon you'll see that like they remind you fairly quickly. I missed something? What's this?
This mug always cheers me up.
Not the worst mom. Oh yeah.
Up from the lake that's not a lake.
So you can kind of press in.
It's dark.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
Dick. I do like their performances a lot. Thornton and Mulligan.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him,
He was definitely
dragged
nude.
him to the campgrounds, strapped him to
I'm
the
playing
turret,
Sea of Stars
and
while
thrown
you
out.
serve as background.
But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me.
How is Sea of Stars?
guy
I heard
doing
it's
anything
pretty
that
good.
isn't
Like a
here?
very
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Lots
Lots of questions.
traditional
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got
RPG.
that big.
Visual
Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
Ooh.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I literally just started, but it's cute. It's on Game Pass. I was gonna check it out, but there's so many games I need to play. And I still want to play Season.
Text on one side.
I still want to play Viewfinder
Written with a typewriter. Old school.
before I make my
Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
top 4 games of the
Like a
year.
manuscript. Page of a
I
story.
literally just I just read that.
Killer left a message.
it's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
words.
words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Alright, got a new profile. And ask Nightingale another question.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative to do...
Ooh.
What? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
Same.
Saga bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse.
I think this is new
soaked wood.
for the new game.
Like deja vu. She chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It didn't feel like anything from her past. More like something from a dream. From a life she could barely remember. Maybe one that wasn't even hers. Then the feeling passed. Like a shadow in the trees shifting with the wind. Saga blinked, shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casey and the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case.
I'm probably gonna when I'm done with Jedi Survivor and my other games, like I'm probably gonna just go back fully and replay this game again. It's been a long time since I've replayed. Ooh, excuse me.
Hey,
That ginger
you made
ale
it back. Good.
came up fast.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination.
But
ASAP.
yeah, it's been a while since I played.
Well,
I
sure.
finished the game
The
and
coroner
been
will
like,
be
I
back in
want to
town for
play
another
through
week
that
after Deer Fest.
again
Not a problem.
right
I'll do it myself.
away.
Oh, and Sheriff
Someone
Breakfast
says, really into the vibes, huh? I mean, the vibes for sure, yeah. Like,
Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
the vibes for sure. Um, just yeah, the atmosphere, the I just love it so
Let's
much.
get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses.
Performances, the story, the visuals.
Diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
The next time we're here, it's gonna be dark and scary. Like yeah,
Organized town so far.
like
Very
most of the time I just walked around in this game. Like I just
cute lodge we got set
and
up
just because
in.
I was scared.
We should go for a hike if we
I'm
get a
like,
chance.
why would I run? What if there's a scary jump scare waiting for me? And
Deputies
guess
aren't
what?
exactly
Doesn't
our
matter
type
how
of
fast you're
suspects.
going,
Hopefully
they
the
are
sheriff
still there waiting for you.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
It's a little. This is like this is like the first. If you've played Control, this is like the first clue of like. Oh yeah, they're this is just fully a
Can't
shared
make the
universe.
clues all together yet. Heart removed. Tripod.
Like it's not even like a
Tracks
it's not like
leading
an Easter
to
egg. It's like, oh no, this is just part of the game,
Camera?
part of this universe, the story.
Snuff film?
maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Where's the parking lot? I always get lost. I like the map too. It is like it's like a normal it's like a normal looking as map, but it's good. And you have to use it a lot because you'll get lost.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
I have to pee, but I'm like, should I pause it or should I just leave it hanging? Let's get to town and then I'll get up and run to the bathroom real quick.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Welcome to Bright Falls.
Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Pretty looking game. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it here for right now. I'm gonna go pee.
The diner's
BRB.
just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Okay. I'm back. Hello. Alright, so let's just walk around a little bit. Maybe see if we can find some collectibles, interact with some weird NPCs doing weird shit.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Ooh. I don't think I found that when I played through the game the first time.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
But yeah, there's like a lot of, again, world building, television, like live action stuff. We'll definitely see one of them before we leave Bright Falls. So, like, again, I'm just gonna keep heaping praise, but like, Saga's hair, like, looks fantastic. Not a lot of good black hair in games, but they did a good job with their hair. Thank God. Because you're gonna be you're gonna see this angle of her a lot, so but it looks really nice. I love Tapio. All right, I'm like if I'm when I'm playing by myself, like that's a big reason why I didn't play this on stream. Like I listen to a lot of this stuff. I explore every nook and cranny. Well, I mean, I'll look through the stuff after we get done with the. Here's more of the lodge. I love this man. He's just like me for real.
Enjoy your day.
Okay. Goodbye. We'll do some more exploring. Let's go to the. Let's go meet the I forgot their names.
Hey there.
One other thing I'll say is that like Bright Falls looks great, but it's like really cool that like I feel like you visit this place in the first game. Obviously, the first game takes place here, but it's just really well done how it feels like this town. But like they get a different. It has like a different flavor in this game than it did in the first game. Like this game, there's like a little bit more menace, like of just like, oh, this is a small town, you know, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like a small town in like all the ways that like if you're not white,
Oh, it's Washington's finest.
it
Nice
might
to
be a
meet you,
little
Sheriff.
bit off-putting.
Except for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson.
I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Timber.
it feels like a small town. It feels like a small town that is
Frankly, we could use
not
some
doing amazing as far like economically speaking, but also not doing terribly
Your
either.
deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like
A small town with dark secrets. I mean, the dark secrets are the first game. Like,
No, the Bookers
actually,
don't strike me as the murder
yeah,
type.
yeah, you find out pretty much
You can
in the
side with
first game.
yourselves.
But
They're
I
just
feel like
outside having coffee.
in the first game, just
Also,
maybe due to visual
Before you
limitations,
compare notes with the sheriff.
maybe
Take your time.
them not going fully with the story or some
We've looked through the case files.
limitation with the storytelling.
Have you had many people besides
Um,
the known victims go
The setting of Bright Falls is like is great, but
slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
I don't know.
Yes. Missing
Unless I'm
person
talking over
cases
them.
spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
also,
That's exactly right.
I'm a big fan of sequels that take into account the span of time that's passed between
We'll be
the
here.
first and the second. Like that was like one of my big critiques of The Incredibles 2. Like that movie comes out like many years after the first one, and but like in universe, it like picks up like 5 minutes after the end, which I kind of think is a bummer. Whereas I like that this game takes place in 2013 or 2023, 13 years after the first game. I don't know. That sort of stuff works for me.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you.
Yeah.
I just have a few questions.
I love the way she's animated.
Okay. So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then
Like I don't
we ran into these.
like I don't want to keep gushing about the game, but like just like look at the facial animations. Like this is just in game. This is just in gameplay. It's not a pre-rendered cutscene, and like just the facial animations are fucking nuts. It is. It's just so good.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the
Some
tree."
sauces gush away. I listen.
And we found out
Phrasing.
the whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Phrasing. All right, we can profile the Bookers.
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
True crime. I like Tamu less now. Let's see. What do we got here?
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree bag, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
Now you may be asking yourself, that's a big leap to make just from thinking about it, Saga.
The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They were
Past the bolt cutters.
book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
It's a good game.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, Timmy.
Some good physics on that necklace too.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear Fez.
Oh God. Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do.
Me when I see someone from high school at the mall.
My baby girl.
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird. You don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
Why would you bring that up? Like, Rose is really trying it. Listen. Rose is a little weird. Okay. I know about the freaking map game. God dang it.
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those two idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
Ooh.
This is my case now, and no one is throwing you in jail. If you need anything else, just come to me.
Got it. Thank you, Saga.
Now why am I in it? You know where you live, okay? Don't even act shocked. Don't act shocked.
This is exactly why I hate small towns.
Keep it down, Ed.
I'm Ed.
You know how touchy these rural types can be.
I'm so Ed.
So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces.
Seen
Like, look at Rose. Like, look at how she's animated. Just,
Suspicious people in deer masks?
I don't know how they got the facial tech. Like, it's just nuts.
Soon enough, there'll be
Look at her.
people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
So good. And it's funny because in Control, like Remedy's last game, which came out in 2017,
We're all good, Ed. You can ease up
or 20 was it 2017? God, when did Control come out? I don't think it was 2017. Was it 2019?
Yeah, no.
No, it was 2019. It's 2019. But when that game came out, like the faces looked good, but when they started talking, there was always a little bit of like rubberiness to them, like more so with the side characters you met. Like they would smile and like they would be like kind of grimacing a little bit. But like just in the few years since that game, they got it. They got it. Deer masks. Oh yeah, Deerfest. You don't know about Deerfest, Summersoft?
All set. My guys have Nightingale at the
Deerfest.
wall. You ready?
81st Deerfest.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
Cult of the tree. Cult of the tree.
Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Oh, what was that?
Morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff. Who else to keep this city clean?
Have a good one, Sheriff. Also, the game is like a little stuttery for me. Not a big deal, but it did not like. It's probably because I'm streaming too, but.
Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name.
The game ran a lot better when I played.
Weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the
Off
worst
stream.
possible, but
Another reason why I played it off stream, aside from the fact that I wanted to soak in every little detail.
Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Flag physics.
Yep, in the
Nope.
morgue.
No flag physics.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Just gonna poke
I'll
around.
be right with you, sir. Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money. No speeding happening here, I see.
Sir, some patience, please.
That's funny. I didn't catch that line the first time I played. No speeding around here.
Agent?
Just gonna steal some ammo from you,
As you know,
from you
the
folks.
investigation is being taken over by the federal agents.
Hey, it's me.
Sheriff Breaker wants us to cooperate fully.
Okay.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
I'm being serious, Nelson.
Fucking Nelson. Fucking Nelson.
Oh dear. I am a tourist.
Koskela Brothers.
Lost in the woods. You only had a tour guide.
We'll watch this whole thing.
Oh no, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee
I
Roasters.
love Ilma Koskela.
To give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have cold cuts. Oh wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak. The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermal.
So they're actually selling that, and it keeps selling out so fast. Not that I try to buy it, but it has been. It's just a fact. Just saying, just stating for the record.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home.
Which is good.
It's a shoestring
I'm glad that people are buying the merch.
I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our
After
only
you.
coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
This is a very not scary, not spooky at all morgue you got here.
They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
Fucked. Did you want to put your morgue in a less scary location, guys? No?
It won't open.
Want to turn on a light or two? No?
Let's take a look at our patient.
Patient.
I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
Also, every single person I've seen play this sequence, also penis. Every single person I've seen who's played through this sequence, they have noted the fact that she doesn't wear gloves, and it always annoys me because I'm just like,
Clues can the body give?
yes, you're right, but also shut up. She's not wearing gloves.
How'd they manage?
Like, yeah, I know. They didn't want to animate her putting on gloves, okay?
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Oh yeah, brother.
Uh-huh. They did leave something inside his chest.
Alright, let's go to the case board.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Nah.
Nah.
Chest wound is cause of death. but the corpse is bloated, waterlogged. Doesn't add up. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
This game's also getting 2 DLC expansions, which I'm very excited about.
We're dealing with an organized group. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
She's such a nerd.
I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Oh. Cult necklace.
Yes.
Cultists wearing deer masks. Alright, that's all the evidence for right now. Let's do this exam. Apologies for the penis. There's a toggle for nudity also. Like, he'll be wearing dirty underwear instead if you're scared of that.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages.
Hold on, Iceman.
I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here.
I won't even mention the lack of gloves, but oh my god. What did I just say, Summersoft? We know she's not wearing gloves.
Somebody wait!
The timing on that follow. Hello. At this moment when I was first playing the game, I was like, oh yeah, this is a horror game. I'm scared. I don't want to do this anymore.
Didn't see her.
I was like, oh yeah, this isn't just a detective game where you just solve little crimes with your friends. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon.
And then I'm like, wait, no, don't give me control of the game.
He can't see me in the light.
Thank you, cognitive potion, for the follow. I know. Let me go get the gun. God damn it.
Vanished.
No fucking Epic Games notification. If you're playing the PC version, every time you get an achievement, there's an annoying boom boom that plays, and it totally breaks the tension in a way that I did not enjoy. And there's no way to turn it off in the game setting, in the Epic Game Launcher setting. And it's so annoying. We're gonna listen to the song. After each chapter, there's like a little musical interlude, and it's a custom song. I mean, when I say custom, I mean they wrote it for the game. The artists. I actually like this. This one might actually be my favorite of the chapter songs. Summersloth says, key smash, and then it's getting spooky, y'all. Oh yes, it does get spooky. I'm trying to decide if I want to play to the end of the next chapter or if I want to just explore and then end stream a little early. But I might try to get to the first boss. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Dark, dark, dark. Follow you into the dark. Also, I was playing the chapter songs like in the the waiting room music, so you got a little preview of that if you were here early. But yeah, when I first played the game, I listened to the songs in their entirety every time. Like I was just so into the game that I was just like, also like it's like a nice break too. It's like after playing this very scary sequence and then you finally get to the end of the chapter, you just let out a sigh of relief, and then I can just check my phone and listen to the song and just kind of let it wash over me, you know. Alan Wake 1 is episodic, so like it's actually episodic. When I say episodic, I mean like it'll say end of episode, and then the next episode starts with a recap of the segment that you just played. This one's like it has chapter breaks much the same way, but it doesn't do the recaps. Which I feel like makes it feel more like TV in a weird way. Like the first game feels very network TV, especially because that game was rated T. It was a teen-rated game, and then this game is an M-rated follow-up. So it's like one is so like I never watched Twin Peaks, but you know the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks were on network, and then the follow-up was on Showtime. So they could, you know, that's kind of I feel like this game takes a lot of inspiration, obviously, from Twin Peaks, even as someone who's never watched it. But I feel like that's one area where maybe I don't know if that was intentional, but I feel like it definitely comes through. Like we're still doing this. We still have elements from the first game that people who played it will recognize, but also changing it up a little bit. Why is my room so hot? It's not that hot today, but my room is very warm.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're gonna do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster.
Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
Another manuscript page.
There's one of the pages on the
Saga was back
I just
at
found it.
Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
I don't know why they're giving me so many like little hints. Like I already.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake.
It's a new game plus. Like I already know how to look at the
Was
manuscripts.
or wasn't to taken a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into everything, spoiling it, rotting it. The page called this area an overlap. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster before he killed again. Her job. He'd be inside, waiting for her.
I'd also considered, do I want to drop the difficulty down for this replay? Because like I kind of just want to see what's new more so than like actually experiencing the story, but also probably not. Oh, it's so dark in here, I can't see shit. Wait, I have a flashlight. I don't. Okay, so this inventory size, that's from that is not how much inventory you start off with
Must be locked from the other side.
in the base game. That's new game plus stuff. Like you find upgrades like very similar to like a Resident Evil or something. I have a flashlight? I guess not yet. It's like it's so dark. I don't know if it's just because I have my light on me. Rest in peace. I need to talk to Casey more, or do I need to? Oops. Wait, hold on. Casey, the Clover Tree is performing rituals. Psychology? No. Here?
Think.
What? Oh. I didn't see that down there. I was like, what? Nightingale's the only victim to become a monster. Scary ass screenshot.
Nope.
Oops, nope.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
But is there an irrational explanation?
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
gun shops, y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down.
Did you get spooked
You
by
two
the
handle things
bodies?
here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
But that's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone like magic? Magic's not real.
Oh, the voice performance is so good.
Mulligan?
No, Thornton.
No, you can still see, his like facial performance. It's just so good, man. It's good shit. I don't know how they did it. I hope the game's selling well. Like they didn't do a physical release. It was only digital. On PC it was only the Epic Game Store, so I know for sure on PC it didn't sell crazy good. Cause who the fuck is like the Epic Game Store on its own is like a bit tough sell for some people. Like there's people I know who aren't touching this game because
My client has been held here long enough.
it's on the Epic Game Store. And it's like,
just a moment, ma'am.
I mean that's fair, but
Right with you.
it's the best game of the year. Just gonna wait for the Steam version whenever that comes out, if that comes out, which Epic Games published this. Like, I don't see that happening. Ooh, it's getting chunky again. Oh no! Oh, I bet it must be a memory leak issue because there's no way.
How many times do we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end with you.
Like the performance is just tanking.
Something bad's going down. I can feel it. Let me out.
All right, well that's probably a good sign that I should probably save and get ready to call it.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
Smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP.
I remember there's a cult symbol around here.
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
Oh,
I'm gonna take a
man.
quick look around. Meet you back at the car.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, the performance just took a nosedive for no reason. Like I've been in this part of the town already. I think there's something wrong with like something with my computer because it shouldn't be doing this. Like it did it when I played Ratchet and Clank back in the summer too. Like it was running smoothly, and then over time it's just. What if it stopped being smooth? What if it just started? What if the performance just took a nosedive out of nowhere? Oh wait, we need to go back to Oh Dear Diner before we go to the lake. We'll go to the lake and then I'll start wrapping things up. So sorry for the stuttery gameplay. I gotta get to Googling and figure out how to fix it because.
Yarko, we're going to a cool guy's house to drink some brewskis. Are you?
It's a very important advertisement.
No, Ilmo. I'm very busy wearing a turtleneck and drinking wine like an asshole. Oh dear, I know what Yarko needs. I'm a beer to the rescue. Bring out your inner Wolverine with Armor Beer.
Hell yeah, brother.
best party ever. Thanks, Alma beer. Alma beer is a traditional Finnish lager, and we drink it the Finnish way. At the bar, while actively
Another thing I'll say is, more so than any other piece of media I've ever experienced, Alan Wake 2 has made me want to visit Finland.
In the sauna, using your beer can to hide your pippeli.
Pippeli.
Partaking in the Finnish tradition of kalsarikännit, drinking at home alone in your underwear with no intentions of going out. It's not sad.
Hell yeah.
It's intentional. Alma beer, your Finnish drinking adventure starts here.
It's a good game. It's a very good game. Alright, there's not much else to do here. At least right now. I'm pretty sure there's like some minor collectibles, but for the sake of the stream, I'm gonna end it here.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
Okay, so a checkpoint, I mean. Oh, saved 12 minutes ago. So it did not. Okay. Let's go to Cauldron Lake.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out.
Clock out, get a beer.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here. 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha
Sorry. I still have a cough from when I was sick a few weeks ago.
But that was it. Then 10 years ago, I
It
started
was like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long ago.
fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Okay. Yeah, it's still stuttering. Oh my god, the textures, everything's loading in so slowly. Well, I'm glad I decided not to play this on stream because that would have broken my heart. I mean, from the beginning. I'm playing on stream right now. But okay, 2 minutes ago. Tab out of here. So yeah, that's the early bits of Alan Wake. I just wanted to immerse myself into that whole experience. I love it a lot. But yeah, as I was talking about over the course of the game, just things with like animations, the voice acting. Why it's my game of the year. It's my game of the year. And it's definitely an all-timer for me. I never really finished my thought, but like I don't play horror games. I am slowly getting over the years. I've been slowly getting into horror movies. But horror games is like one area where I'm just not going to touch. And to be honest, even having played Alan Wake 2, even having loved it, even having it be one of my favorite games, I'm still probably not going to go near most of them. Because it's just not my thing. There's just a helplessness to playing those games that in resource management and stuff like that just has never appealed to me. I know what I like, and I've seen I've watched a playthrough of Outlast years ago, and I was like, this is fun to watch people play it, but I feel like it's just not for me. And the truth is, had this not been set in the Remedy verse, had I not played Control, that's probably the most important detail, is that the Remedy won me over with Control. I didn't play the first Alan Wake until late October of this year. I had never played Max Payne, did not play Quantum Break, even though I probably might check it out on stream very soon. But Control was kind of gave me all I needed to know about just their sensibilities as a studio, as storytellers. And then the first trailer for Alan Wake 2 came out last year, or no, this year. Was it this year? God damn. Back in June. Was it? No, there was a teaser at the Game Awards last year, and then the first reveal trailer happened this year. The reveal that they're working on the game was not this year. No. But so they had their reveal trailer, and I was like, oh cool, I'll probably check that, because I knew the first Alan Wake, it's a horror game, but it's an action horror game, and this also wasn't that scary, and I knew that. The reason I didn't play that game was just because I didn't want to, not because it was a horror game. And then Sam Lake comes out on stage, and he's like, it's our first survival horror game, and I'm like, ah, shit. I guess I'm not playing it after all. And then the gameplay trailer came out, and I was like, "Dang, this is a really good trailer. This looks really good. Maybe I will check it out." And then the reviews started to come out closer to the release, and again, I was just like, I like Control a lot, and all these reviews are saying how amazing this game is. So I pre-ordered it a few days before it came out, and I was right to do so. I think the thing for me, I mentioned it during the stream, there is just the world building. Just like in Control, I will say the main overarching narrative of Control didn't sink its hooks into me. The thing that won me over was the world building, the characters you meet. I was talking about the late great James McCaffrey's performance in that game as Zachariah Trench, and it's literally just a looping video of him cast with just draped in shadows, red lighting behind him, and he's just monologuing. He's just giving this just great vocal performance, and I'm just like, I can listen to him read the phone book, man. He's just so good. And but that's a lot of that game. You're finding videos, you're finding clips, you're finding pages, and again, I said this during the stream, I'm playing Jedi Survivor right now. I do not stop in that game to read the collectibles that I find. I just don't. I don't care all that much about it, even though it's set in a universe I like. I like Star Wars. I'm playing the game. I like Star Wars, but I don't care about Zuppeli's background or his family life or whoever the hell. I just want to get to the next story beat. Which even the story is fine. It's fine. It's serviceable. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that is the story. I'm just okay. I guess I don't mind the stakes of this story particularly, but also I don't know. Anyway, I'm not talking about Jedi Survivor. The point is, as far as collectibles go, it takes a lot for me to stop what I'm doing in a game, especially an action game like Control, to stop what I'm doing and to just listen to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes of lore happening, to read flavor. It's you'll find notes and it might explain a joke behind the next door, or it just might just be some added texture. Like, hey, here's something about this world that gives you a sense of what kind of world this game is happening in. And I just couldn't help myself. So like, I go into Alan Wake 2, I knew that Control, I knew that Remedy had that unlock. And then having played the original Alan Wake, they did that okay in that game. Like, I stopped to read a lot of that stuff, especially because it's a game about a writer and you're finding manuscript pages throughout. So it's like, well, this is important to the story. What was I saying? Like, it's important to the story. God, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, collectibles. Like, it's important to the story, so like, but like, it just wasn't the way it is in Control. Like, they just hadn't gotten there yet. I've not played Quantum Break. I assume maybe they got a little ways there in that game, but that game wasn't super well received. I'm still very curious about it now that I'm like kind of all in on Remedy as a studio. Um, and just for completionist sake, I'm definitely gonna play through it. But Alan Wake 2 has that. Like, I'm still like, every little bit of detail, world building was still very satisfying for me. But unlike Control, the actual overarching story I think was exceptional. It's very good. It's just it's a really great mystery, which I was not expecting, and I think a lot of that just goes to the writing, the performances from the leads, and also just how it doles out the story. Just the pacing, what I just played. I shot a gun once. I mean, I shot the gun several times, but I like there's like that whole opening stretch of game that I played. Like, you don't fight any enemies. You're talking to people. You're interviewing people, and you're doing gameplay stuff, but you're not fighting for your life right off the jump. And the game knows when to slow down and have you just kind of soak in a new environment and be present in that space. And you really grow to enjoy the spaces that you do interact with, and appreciate when the game takes certain risks in terms of your expectations. Like, what are you expecting out of this area, knowing that it's a horror game, knowing that it likes to scare you, knowing that the characters are the way they are, or whatever. And it plays with that in a lot of interesting ways, and it knows when to break the tension, and like, it's just stuff that I'm not used to in games. Like whenever people ask me what my favorite game is, I tell them it's Mass Effect. The Mass Effect series is one of my favorite game series, one of my favorite worlds. The world building is fantastic, but the overarching story is at times not super amazing. Like, especially like the second half of 2 onwards, like excluding DLC, which like there's a lot of like Shadow Broker DLC is really fantastic story wise, but it's still not perfect. Like, the writing in a lot of places is bad. It's like, it's like, not to shit all over my favorite game series, but like, with games, like, there's just an expectation with story that, it's gonna hit some certain marks, but like, it's still gonna like stumble in a lot of oh my god. Sorry, Summerslav. Hold on. I just saw the auto mod. Held a message for reason, race, ethnicity, or religion. Expired and not posted to chat. Grand Wizard question mark. I know you're referencing the comment in game. What? Wow, that was so long ago. I know. I just saw it. Like, it didn't show up on my phone stream, but it showed up. But I can see it in my OBS view. Like, I was just like, I'm like, wait, why? Who quoted your thing? Oh my god, that's so funny. Maybe I should just make you a mod or something so that doesn't happen again. Anyway, where was I? Anyway, Alan Wake 2 is a hell of a game. Um, it won Best Narrative at the Game Awards, which I don't put a lot of stock into the Game Awards just as an institution. I'm working on a blog about that. Not the Game Awards specifically, but more so Jeff Keighley and his role as games guy. I'll probably have that finished. I want to have that finished at the end of the month. It'll be my first Substack post. But yeah, one Best Narrative, and if you play the game, you'll see why. It's a 30-hour game, and I just think it maintains that level of writing throughout. Um, it feels like a well crafted season of television. As far as just narrative plotting goes, because I was waiting for the game to like kind of stumble. Like a lot of games stumble in that third act. Like it's just like they don't know how to wrap it up, or they just throw in some encounter that doesn't feel good to encounter. Um, like again, I don't want to shit on my favorite series, but the third act of Mass Effect 3 is trash. It's bad. And that is a trilogy that was pitched as a trilogy before the first game even came out, and that third act felt like sloppy in a way that it should not have. I still love that series. I still love those games, but like I hate playing that last level of that game a lot, especially because I think a lot of the writing, a lot of the plotting in that game is very good, and then it's just like this level is ugly. The stuff happening doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But Alan Wake 2 just kept me hooked. And I was talking about this before, like right at the start before I started playing, but like when it cuts to credits at the end of this game, I just was like just overwhelmed with emotion just because it's just like that was fantastic. Like I was just like I'm getting to an age where like as I get older, when I experience these things, when I experience these stories that are so well put together, well, like just the craft alone is like enough to make me is just affecting enough for me. And it's just a joy to experience stories and experience creative works that have so much thought put into them and have so much care put into them. That like when you hit credits or when you hit the ending, you're just like, wow. Like someone, like a group of people or someone, depending on what it is you're experiencing, like worked fucking hard and they made something really great, and it feels good to be moved on that level. It feels good to have art move you in that way, and like it's like that feeling alone, that realization alone is just like enough to like make me emotional and make me feel happy that like I get to experience that. I get to experience that. I get to experience those stories. And so Alan Wake 2 did that for me. It did that. I didn't actually burst into tears when I finished the game, but I felt emotional, not just from the story, but just like god damn, like it's been a long time since a game has wowed me like that. Um, and like it wowed me from honestly from the opening title card. Like I fucking love the opening of this game so much, and I was just like, oh shit, I'm like right when like Alan Wake 2 flashes on the screen, like I was just like, I'm fucking in it. Like hell yeah, let's go. And it had me for the entire duration of the game. So if you're looking for my favorite game of the year, if you're looking for just a really fantastic story. Also, like it is scary. I will say that. But there is a story mode difficulty, like which is like their easy mode. So if you just like the idea of facing off swarms of enemies and that sort of thing, you just want to experience the story, you just want to get lost in the atmosphere and all that stuff. I think playing on that easy difficulty is a totally great way to experience the game, especially because I don't think like the combat's great. I think I actually really like the combat. some like I've been listening to podcasts and stuff. There's like some like there's been like some like it's not divisive, but like there's some people who are like a little cooler on the combat. I like the combat a lot in the game. Like you don't feel super powerful. Like you feel it's very scrappy, but um, I like that's not the selling point of this game. And I think you can experience 99% of what makes this game really good on the easiest difficulty. So like I'm not gonna play this game on the like they just put out the nightmare difficulty. I'm not gonna do that. I don't need that from this game. I mean, it's cool as there, but um I think what's special, or a lot of what's special about the game, is just interacting with these characters, these environments, that sort of thing. So yeah, I as you can tell from my spiel, I really love this game, and I'm definitely gonna play through it again. I'm like actually excited to play through it again. I wish I could take y'all with me through that replay, but as you can see, my computer was. I really need to figure out what is going on there because it shouldn't be running that like it's a 3070, like it's not like I know I'm streaming at the same time but and recording at the same time, but I played other demanding games and some would argue more demanding games and that doesn't happen, so I'll troubleshoot that eventually. But yeah, anyway, thanks y'all for tuning in. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna actually play some more Jedi Survivor in a little bit. But yeah, you can follow everything I do at I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/saunders13. I'm also on Instagram, instagram.com/Adjei13. I also have a Discord server, which I forgot. It's been a while since I've streamed, so I forgot how to do the Twitch Nightbot commands. But if you'd like to join the server, just be chill. Don't be an asshole, and please join us. Um, I wanted to do Christmas movies. I mean, Christmas is on Monday, so maybe I can sneak something like that in over the weekend. I'll probably do something. I'll probably be hanging out on the voice channel maybe tomorrow or something. Anything else? Rabble review, my literary journal. We were working on the 7th issue when I did my last stream back in October. And it's out. It's out now. So I'll actually put that in the chat. You can download the issue now at our Gumroad page. We did a fun stream. We did a fun stream to kind of bring in the new issue back in November. I'm going to try to put together a stream for the new year, like the first week of January maybe, to promote that we're opening up submissions for issue 8. But also I just found out that one of our editors got COVID, so make sure that he's doing okay before I have him sit down on a 2-hour stream. So that may or may not be happening, but yeah, we're gonna start work on issue 8 soon, so you can, if you are a writer or artist or whatever, you can start to submit. You can go to our website rabblereview.com to figure out how to submit your work. We accept poetry, prose, and artwork, and yeah, nonfiction, fiction, whatever your fancy is, and yeah, we'll put that together. But yeah, you can check out our recent issue that came out back in October. Check it out. Anything else? Big thanks to Summersloth for hanging out. And also thank you to Cognitive Potion V for the follow. Picked a really great time to follow. that notification was startling, to say the least. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm probably gonna stream again. I don't know if I'll stream again before Christmas. But I will definitely be streaming again over the next few weeks. Definitely before New Year's. I might actually stream maybe season. Maybe I want I do want to finish it before the new year so I can make my list, because I think that game might be on it. I've not played it, but like it looks like a game that might be on it might be on it. And I don't want to wait till after the new year, because my head is just like, well, I didn't play it till January 2024, so it doesn't count as my favorite game of, and I can't have it be my favorite game of 2024 because it came out in 2023. So you see my bind, right? Anyway, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe out there. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you before New Year's, then I'm a liar. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Talk to you later. Bye.